Traders, what's going on? What's going on, traders? Missed you guys. Where you been? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? What's up? What is up? And protein shakes, I've really come a long way. They've come a long way. This is really, really good. Journaling. Let me think. Yeah, I usually have a protein shake after, Photoshop session. That's the routine, Do a little photoshopping, protein shake. Inside joke. Some of you know that inside joke, right? You guys are awesome, man. You guys are awesome. Protein shake with Colombian coffee shot. That sounds interesting. I love that. Where do I weight train? I have a gym in the house. Yeah. Do I trade the spies? Actually, I don't. But you know what, though? I was held to a challenge by one of my traders last week. So I'm going to look at it this week. And I like it. I have to say I like it. It's usually outside of the spiders. Usually it's outside of my usual price range, guys. So look, I trade with a $2.5 million account, right? Part of the year. Later in the year, I double that to $5 million, a $5 million account, but only after I've accumulated a nice fat cushion of profits on the year. Then I start really getting aggressive. So I start every year off having wiped out, usually I wipe out all of my profits and bring my account down to a baseline account, right? That baseline account is usually like around $2 million, right? So now I'm up to 2.5, then I'll go to 3. And so by the latter part of the year, I'm typically up to like a $5 million account, right? And that's when I start to really get aggressive. But I gradually increase my aggressiveness, right? As my profit cushion gets bigger and bigger, so that, all right, now there's no risk of losing my initial upfront capital, my original capital. I'm only now risking profits. So now I can get a little aggressive, more aggressive, and more aggressive. So I grow my aggressiveness every single year. And I'll tell you something, guys, this is a great practice, because what this does is when you bring yourself back to a baseline, right? It's like pulling yourself back to the 20-period moving average. Just like a stock can get too far ahead of itself, a trader can get too far ahead of himself too. And the biggest errors happen after a long profit streak. That's when your biggest errors happen. So after growing profits for a year, bringing myself back, eliminating all the profits, shrinking my account again, brings me back to baseline, brings me back to basics, brings me back to being careful, brings me back to building gradually, patiently, with purpose. And sometimes you can leave that if you never bring yourself back to baseline. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this practice every single year for many years, I think has been one of the contributing factors to me not blowing out like a lot of traders that I know, great traders who made tens of millions of dollars in the market, but finally blew out of the game. They never brought themselves back to baseline. They just kept pressing. And year after year, they just kept pressing and going for more. And the multi-year successful run, think of the trader like a stock far away from their starting point. But think about what happens when a stock or a market gets far away from its starting point. it's due for a pullback, and sometimes a nasty one, right? So listen, people are the same. We're creating those movements in the market. So the what the market is reflecting is a human trait. And that human trait is this: your biggest errors, your biggest mistakes, your biggest negative periods will always follow your most impressive periods, right? So, but you can neutralize that. So that doesn't have to happen. So you can have an impressive period, boom, bring yourself back to baseline consciously. So you can sidestep the need to be forced back by actually bringing yourself back. Tell me you understand what I'm talking about. Just a few of you. I just want to know if I'm communicating it clearly enough, all right? Does it make sense?